Okay. So today, some people have already started Lift More, and some people are starting on Monday. Some people are starting Lift 4 on Monday, or maybe they're just starting a totally different program for the month of August. Um, and I really wanted to talk about when you're starting a new program or a new nutrition plan, just kind of going through a few steps. I have 7 steps to just go through and make sure you're ready so that you're lined up, setting yourself up for success, because we all know the prep is where the magic happens, right? Being ready for the plan is where it all happens. So we'll go through these. And then I also want to talk about kind of how people are doing with Lift More and their current nutrition, since some people have started, how that's going. And then I think some people have talked about maybe even buttoning it down starting on Monday when the group officially starts, to, really dial that in. And we can talk about some of the options with that, right? Like if you're on Portion Fix, doing Time Nutrition or Foundation or whatever we're going to do. So we can talk about those details too. Okay, so let's go to my list here. My son's putting the
Can I just say one thing
lawnmower back.
first?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know what a bad week I had.
Oh,
I don't mean
maybe it was a learning week, Kathy.
No. It has nothing to do with the diet or exercise. I got poison ivy this week.
Oh, I did see that, and I forgot to comment on your post.
Oh. I didn't think it was poison. I had it 6 years ago. I thought I was going to die. I wanted to shoot myself. I said, if I ever get that again, I'm going to kill myself. So when I got it, I didn't think it was it because it didn't hurt.
Right.
I just thought it was mosquito bites. But then I said, this is too many mosquito bites in one place. And then the next day it showed up on my face, just blew up. And I said, there's something wrong here. So that's when we went to urgent care, and they said it was poison ivy. I'm like, it must have been in my yard. I don't know where I got it. And they gave me prednisone. It made me so sick that they took me off it. And they said, well, there's nothing else we can do. Just put on topical stuff. And it's horrible. It's a little better today.
Oh, man.
Horrible week. Oh.
How long is it expected to stay?
I don't know. I'm talking to people. It could be 2 to 3 weeks, but this is 1 week today, and it's calming down.
Well, hopefully next week is your week to just, it'll, totally mellow out.
Yeah.
And it'll just
tomorrow's our anniversary. So we're celebrating that.
Yeah.
And next week is my husband's birthday, so we're celebrating that. But the bad thing was when I had the prednisone, it made me nauseous. And when I'm that nauseous, all I want to do is eat bread.
Oh, okay.
So that for a day or two, everything was out of whack because I just was so dizzy.
Right, right.
I'm back now.
Well, good. That's good. See, that's an improvement there already.
Yeah.
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 That's good. So, all right. So let's get into, starting.
And how are you? Because you were sick.
Oh, I'm much better. It was funny. I don't really remember our last call that much. So there's going to be a little carryover probably. Yeah, I'm much better. I still have some low energy days.
You had COVID, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got back. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but it's like each day's better. I have less sinus pressure, less feeling of, having been sick. So I think by Monday I'll be ready to roll. I've been lifting, like today I lifted decent. I was still just a little light. So I'm just a little protective still of how heavy I'm going or how much I'm putting in, but I think by Monday I'll be ready to go.
After you go through all the steps, I have some questions about lifting, but do your stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about all that. Okay. So first thing, and this is what we talked about 2 weeks ago, is really determining your goal. So a lot of times we talk about there's a weight loss goal, there's a, everybody calls it toning goal, right? Or, having muscle, seeing muscle, building muscle. Those are all separate goals and you need to pick one. If weight loss is your goal, then focus on weight loss. And then you may in the process gain strength and build some muscle depending on what your body composition looked like before. But if you need to go with the main goal, right? So if your goal is weight loss, then pick the weight loss bracket for whatever plan you're on. If your goal is to maintain, but see more muscle or change your body composition where your body fat's going down and maybe your muscle will go up a bit, then that's going to be a maintenance bracket. If you want to actually put on muscle mass, then you have to eat in a calorie surplus. So that is then another calculation on the plan, right? And so this is based on Lift More and Lift 4. All of our plans now have those brackets. There used to not be the whole build muscle bracket, but that has been added into Portion Fix. And on To Be Mindset, the build muscle portion is a little trickier because you're intuitive eating and you are going to have to add in more calories. And I would say your first thing that you want to add in is probably some more protein. So maybe you just have a little heavier protein on your lunch and dinner. But it's a little, you're going to have to play with it a little bit and maybe even use some kind of metric that's going to help you know if it's working, right? Whether it's a body composition scale, something that's you can consistently use to see if that's helping. If your goal really is muscle building, right? Like building muscle mass, then I would recommend doing Portion Fix. It's going to be simpler. The plan is laid out to do it, and it is for lifting, right? To Be Mindset is going to be amazing for maintenance and for weight loss. So just kind of calculate those things. So that takes us into step number 2, which is figuring out what plan you're going to be on, right? There is a nutrition quiz. It's very good. It kind of hits on a few points of like, what kind of eater are you? And it then directs you to the plan that most fits your personality with food. And I found it seems to work pretty good. It's a quick quiz. I think it's only like, I don't know, 6 or 7 questions. And it'll just give you an indication, if you've never taken it, it's easy breezy and just to see what it says. And then we'll line up those things, right? So if it comes out and says you're To Be Mindset, but it turns out your goal is building muscle mass, then maybe we rethink it. But if it comes out To Be Mindset and your goal is weight loss, then you're set, right? Because those 2 things go great together. Or if it comes out Portion Fix, then, goes with any of those 3 things. And so those 2 things are super important. You're really going to be dialed into the one thing. I know for Lift More, I'm going to be on a maintenance plan this time and focusing on just taking off some of the fat, getting some muscle where I can, lifting heavy where I can. And I think that puts me in D, which it's a lot more calories than we are used to having on other plans. And that's partly the lifting heavy. So then step 3 is going in and doing those calculations, right? Now with To Be Mindset, you're not actually going to do any calculation, but you are going to go in, review the Plate It method, make sure you understand what that means, watch the videos, make sure you know what the expectation is. And then that way you can then go to step 4, which we'll do in a second. Step 3 for Portion Fix is going to be calculating according to whatever your goal was. And then going through the videos in the same way, right? Making sure you understand what that means, what it looks like. Potatoes are not a vegetable on this plan. There's a few things that throw people every time when they're getting started on Portion Fix. Spaghetti sauce. I can't even tell you how many conversations we've all had about spaghetti sauce, green, purple, which way does it go? All that kind of stuff, right? So get to know the plan and know that your food lists are always available through the app. So then that takes us to 4. Actually, I'm going to switch these around. I'm going to make, okay, I had a different on my list, but number 4 is going to be tracking. Really determine tracking that's going to work for you, whether that's pen and paper. There's like so many different ways people have tracked on Portion Fix, like they had colored bracelets, they had a pen and paper, you can use the app. They have, like full log books, right? That you're tracking other things other than just food. Maybe you like to journal, whatever it is that works the best for you. This is the important part, because it doesn't matter if I'm using my app and I like it. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to use your app and like it. Right? You have to go with what the reason I do like the app is because my phone is never not with me, right? Like we're all stuck to our devices now. So it's always there. And when I am in full tracking mode, I absolutely try to track it before I take the bite. So I make it, I track it, I eat it. And then that way I know I've written it in. And that usually works for the most part. In the morning, I'm always eating the same thing. So I So I usually don't track until lunch. I'll like kind of throw it in there because I know exactly what breakfast was. But you know, you got to kind of figure out what works for you, just making sure you're getting it done. There's places in the app where you can take pictures. So like the Plate It. So maybe you want to take a picture of what it looked like, because then you could go back and you can say, okay, that was a really good weight loss day. What did I eat? How big was it on my plate? Because that really worked. Like I felt satisfied, things were going well. So I want to replicate that again. Right. So that's, you know, all of that is super helpful as you're getting into, you know, what's working, what's not. And then step 5 will be creating a plan at the grocery store for your meals. And this gets also very personalized. Some people like to shop and meal prep for the entire 7 days. And it's just done, ready. You just walk to the fridge and you get your thing. Some people like to make sure they just have all the food there, but they like to make the meals each day. And then some people are somewhere in the middle, right? Where you have the food, maybe you prep a few meals, but you still have plans for, you know, later in the week, but maybe you haven't made it yet. And you just kind of have to figure out, like, if you've never meal prepped, I would start a little smaller, right? I would start with getting those groceries and plan on making 1 to 2 things so that you get started. And then each day, maybe each dinner, you just make a bigger meal. Instead of making a meal that's just going to be what you eat that day, you make enough for 2 meals. And then that way you automatically have at least lunch the next day, right? And then you can go into your dinner, make a bigger dinner. And there's tons of great Fix8 recipes that are just, you know, really great meal prep stuff. Like I know I'm already planning on making turkey sloppy joes, because I can either, that's a red and a green, and I can either eat that by itself, or if I have a yellow, then I can throw in some rice. And, you know, it's very versatile. So like, that's a good one. The chili's a good one. The easy turkey chili. That's also, that's a red, green, yellow, and a teaspoon, I think. But there's lots of different things like that are big 1-pot meals. Oh, we call it the hamburger helper. What is that thing called? Beef macaroni. That thing, oh God, I love it. Because we used to live off hamburger helper when we were first married. It didn't always have hamburger in it. So yeah, so like that one is really good. That's a good one, you know, big pot meal that's going to last for a few things. You can throw in some more veggies, you know, on the side whenever you're having it. So just making that mental plan and then executing. So this weekend we have the meal prep class. We're going to be doing a marinated steak, or you could do your chicken or pork marinated with that same marinade. We're going to have a bunch of summer veggies marinated with a chicken sausage. So that's going to be a pretty quick one. And then we're going to have zucchini bread, because, you know, zucchini season, right? This is,
Yeah.
the jokes are that people are leaving zucchinis on your car because they can't get rid of them. So yeah, so you know, like those things are a great start. And then you'll have some breakfast, you'll have some lunches. And like I was thinking with the marinated vegetables, I'll put it in a bowl with some brown rice, right? Then you've got a complete meal going on there. So, or you could even put it on rice cauliflower, as if you have rice, if you need another veggie in there. So just having that mental like readiness that I've got a plan this week, and doing that every weekend through this program. So that's let's see, what did I have for step 6? Because I feel like I've won. Yes, so that is step 6. Commit mentally to following the plan, even when you screw up, even when it's going like crap, even when you go out to eat and you have your pizza and your margarita or whatever you're having, right? Come back. It is okay. Everybody falls off. This is, as you know, this could be the first time you're really following a nutrition plan, or this could be like a lot of us on here who have been following nutrition plans for a very long time. And it's okay, right? It's having that mental mindset of, I'm going to do this the best of my ability for the next 8 weeks. And I like to not think about past that 8 weeks. I like to think about the zone I'm in, the program I'm on, because I find I stay much more committed to myself, to the plan, when it's a finite time, right? When I know this is my plan right now. I'll figure out 6 months from now. I'm not going to worry about what I can't, what I'm going to do in that time. So really just committing to yourself that even if something does not go right, you didn't plan right, whatever, right? It's judgment free on yourself. You are learning through this and figuring out then what you can do to help yourself. So that is point number 7. Every 30 days, you want to come back, right? Come back to whatever the plan was and look and say, how did it go? Right? What was working? What did I do really well? What could I work on? And then the biggest question is, how can I help myself? How can I make this easier? Like, what if buying vegetables that are already chopped makes a big difference for you, right? Everything doesn't have to be absolutely from the most scratch possible. So if there is something that makes it more simple, helps you along the way, helps get something done, then go with it, right? So think about those things. And even right now, going into the plan, think about those things. How can I help myself get this done? And there we are. So you just kind of keep going through, reevaluate, keep going. Did I miss anything, ladies? You feel like
Number 7 was to reevaluate.
reevaluate every 30 days just to see
Every
where you're
30
at,
days.
like how, yeah, 30 days, like is this plan work? Like, am I following the plan? Is this plan working for me? You know, because maybe it's your first, maybe you've been a to be mindset person and this is your first time doing portion fix. And so sometimes that can be a little bit, you know, where you're like, I don't like this way of doing it. And maybe it's not going to be your thing, but at least giving it that month to really get into it, to give it all your effort and see what it's like. But it may not be something you want to like be your all the time thing, and that's totally fine. So, yeah, so let's talk about how everybody's doing that's already started and following nutrition. And how is it eating more? Because I think most of you are likely eating more than you were. And if you feel like
I'm still not eating all my containers. I hate to say that, but that's just so much food. I can't eat that much. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what are you in right now, Sue? What plan?
C. C. Yeah, and I just can't eat that much food.
C is my happy place. So I'm going to be in D. So it does feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot.
I've never had that.
I mean, is D for you building?
No, D is for maintenance for me.
C is maintenance for me.
I think that's right. Let me do the calculation again.
So
Yeah,
is C
C is
building or maintenance for you, Sue?
maintenance.
Oh my gosh, you must be like totally full of like just muscle because we're like the same size and you are in C and I'm in B. I feel like I'm like a fragile little
And for
mini
this
person.
for this program, it's so spread out. Like I'm in what am I in?
Yeah.
A if I want to lose weight, C if I want to maintain, and D if I want to build, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
And
Mhm.
it's and I
Yeah,
was
that's
starving
same for me.
today. Like I was starving this morning. Like I couldn't get enough food. It like just from all the leg day. I
Yeah.
mean,
And I mean, are you calculating your extra workouts in there too? Because you're past what the expectation of the calculations are.
Oh,
Right.
I completely agree with Sue. I can't I get to the end of the day and I can't eat more, but I still have more containers to eat. And I've already had two greens in my Shakeology, and I've already had, 5 proteins, and I've already had, and it's just it's a lot of food.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm not there yet. I'm
So
definitely not
Lily and
there
I were
yet.
talking about this morning because maybe this is where you go to a time nutrition
Yeah.
because it forces you a bit to get your containers in a timely manner. Because I find, right, this morning I had oatmeal, banana, peanut butter, worked out, and then had recover. And so I didn't have another meal again till noon, but I got up at 6. And that's a
Oh.
long spread, right? So then now I have a whole bunch of containers in a 6 to 7 hour window, where normally I should have had them in a 12-hour window. But with time nutrition, you have to get certain things in, and you get into that routine. I mean, if you did 80 day, if you did it during 80-day obsession, you got into that routine and your body figured it out, and it was ready for all the food that came as soon as it came. And I think
That
that's
was
the same thing.
that was the easiest plan for me to follow because I was able to set it up on timers, and I just said, okay, at this time I eat this, at this time I eat this, and most of the time I was able to eat all my containers, and it just, yeah, I got through all the containers. Granted, 80-day obsession, I was eating less containers than this, but
Oh, you weren't on C then? I think I was all the way up to E by the time I finished that one.
no, I was borderline between B and C because I was doing 80-day obsession. I was only in like low B, almost C, but yeah, 80-day obsession is easy, or not 80, time nutrition is easiest if I just plan out my day and
Yeah.
spread the containers out, and like you said, I need to start eating earlier in the day, because then I don't have as many containers to get done, lunch and later.
Yeah. And you find your energy levels are better then too, because you're getting the nutrition before you get into a lull.
Well, I'll try that when I get back home. So
Yeah,
Monday,
I think it'd be a good idea. It'd be a good idea
I'll
to
start
try.
time nutrition.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just recalculated it, Bev, and it definitely, I'm just at the beginning of C for maintenance.
Yeah. And see,
Because I was like, maybe I should be
Jealous of your
B.
containers. I'm jealous of your containers because like
Well-
anybody that says I have too much food, I'm like,
I know. Well, the thing is I can easily do
I
5
never have
greens
that
and
problem.
I can do 5 greens and 3 purples. Where I struggle is 5 reds and 4 yellows.
I
Well,
hear you.
yellow.
Yeah.
Trust
Four
me, yellows.
yellows.
I
Wow,
can
we're
always
jealous.
stuff a yellow.
So I
But-
am still doing the gut protocol though, because just for me to eat that much animal protein was just
Yes.
I just can't. It's just not, I just can't.
Yeah.
It
And I
just
forgot to add that into
does
our
not bring me
listing.
joy.
Yeah.
It
You
does
can
not
totally-
bring me joy.
Yeah, you can totally do gut protocol on this too. I forgot to add that into the conversation.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So but I still,
Yeah,
I
take
have
time.
4
I gotta just change.
proteins, but yeah. So if I had more animal proteins that I had to get in, I wouldn't love it, but I would do it.
Well, does it have to be animal protein? Can you do,
Well, it pretty much is, because
can't do
anything that's
beans.
plant protein, like a lentil or a bean, counts as a yellow.
that's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you're on the regular portion fix, yeah, it is
Yeah.
more animal
Um,
proteins.
Unless you're gonna go totally vegan.
Yeah, unless you're using the
Yeah.
vegan plan. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
which
see,
I don't want to do
stopped-
that.
Right. I stopped eating meat again. So now I'm only eating fish. So, but I'm eating enough of it to where I should be I'm not in the vegan plan. So I'm just a mess, just a hot mess.
And you're not eating
Yeah.
all the food. And
I mean,
But I'm telling
Well,
you what,
so-
I feel super strong. I mean, I feel fantastic doing this program. I love this program.
So there
So-
is like a time nutrition type guide for Lift More, right? I swear I ran into
you
that.
just have to go into the portion fix. You just go
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
back into the regular program, and there is time nutrition. Yeah. There's,
No, but I mean like,
you could do, there isn't one specific
There-
to Lift More.
there's meal
but
plan.
there's,
There's
yeah,
meal
there's a
plans,
meal
but
plan. Oh, okay, but it's not timed specific. Well, but it does put certain containers together for you.
It does,
So
but
even
it
if
is
you didn't-
different. It's different than the time nutrition, but you could follow
Oh,
either.
really? Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it kind of looked like time nutrition because you have each calorie bracket, and granted, yes, it's, only, what is it, 7 days, a 7-day plan. Yeah, it's a 7-day plan. So, but it gives you your containers that you need to have, and you
Yeah.
would just stick them.
it's not the same as time nutrition though. Cause like lunch is
Yeah.
red, green, yellow, and an orange.
Yeah.
Snack is 2 greens, a purple, a red, a blue, a yellow, and 2 teaspoons. It's my
That sounds
snack.
fun.
Freaking snack. Yeah, that sounds, yeah, it's the taco meat, refried beans, fruit,
Sounds
nut
good.
butter, and veggie on top of the
Yeah.
tacos. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So it is laid out for you in that meal plan.
yeah,
But it's not it's not time nutrition.
Yeah, so I mean, there is another option if you need a guide but don't quite want to go to the time nutrition. I have to say though, every time I followed something really specific, you know, Ultimate Reset, Gut Protocol, time nutrition, it feels easier. It feels less, it's like the restriction doesn't matter because it feels easier because it's just laid out. And it's like, okay, I just have to do this.
You don't have to think.
Right. It's less choice. It's less choice. And so then you just do it.
Yeah.
That was what, when I did time nutrition and 80-day obsession, I literally set the alarms on my phone and say, okay, I would stand in front of the refrigerator and I'd go, okay, I need a purple and a blue, or I need whatever. And
Yeah.
I would get a purple and a blue out. And again, it doesn't have to go together. The containers don't have to go together. And that just kept it simple and easy. And I was able to follow it really easily.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, does anybody else want to share how things are going? Sounds like everybody needs to eat their containers, except Bev. Bev's got it.
I'm like literally eating my last
you need
containers
maybe
right
you
now.
need to up your plan.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
at the
get out of
moment.
A and then you'll have plenty of containers.
I'm in B.
She's
I'm
in
in B.
B.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I gotta jump off.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Seeing
Bye.
you.
All right, and then well, we'll wait. Jess can answer when she gets back if she has any
Well-
input on, because I think she's on Tubi Mindset.
I will say that I am doing gut protocol, but I am, it's one of those, I'm loosely gut protocol because of the fact that I am still doing recharge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and because that was highly recommended, so I'm like, I'm not gonna not do that.
Yeah. And you know, your sensitivity is, you know, isn't there.
No, I mean it, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nope. So, yeah, I'm doing that. So, and I know to Autumn that would be like, oh, nope, then you're not following gut protocol. But
Well, I mean,
it's
she
like,
has to have a hard line on what the program is and what the program isn't,
Yeah.
or we'll all be wishy-washy and adding things in where we,
exactly.
you know, and then it doesn't look anything like what it did.
Right, exactly. But other than that, I pretty much do. So,
Yeah. Jess, are you listening? Are you on Tubi Mindset?
I'm trying, yes.
And how is it going and working? Because you're now 2-3 weeks.
I'm, yeah, 3 weeks in. Really only 2 weeks tracking for Tubi Mindset. You know, I'm so ingrained in the containers. I think I'm doing too much crossover between the two because I'm like, breakfast, I haven't have FFCs and protein. I have my, it's just weird. I don't know. I watched all the videos and everything. I'm just not, the whole plate it thing. I love the idea of volume because I like to be full all the time. But
You should
not
just
following.
do your calculation and see how many containers you have, because it's hard to get them all in.
yeah, and that's what I figured,
Everybody's
I'm
just
eating the right
complaining
thing.
about how they can't eat it all.
Right.
too.
I know. I think if I just have the right foods, I don't, you know, like I've been trying to trust my body and like listen to my body. When am I hungry? And I don't know. It's just, it's different. I mean, I'm not going back, but I originally wanted to do time nutrition with this program. That was my goal, but
So do you think you're getting enough in?
yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
eating enough food. I feel like I'm getting plenty in. But again, if I was doing containers, maybe I'm not getting enough. I don't know. And I just like, I had to go off camera earlier because I ate a freaking cookie. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it's like cycle time for me or what, but I'm like, what is going on? I'm not usually like that. So, anyway, yeah, here we are.
It
I only
happens.
have one cookie. Just one. My husband keeps calling.
I
Sorry.
miscalculated. I'm in E.
Yeah,
for
you are,
building.
girl. I knew it. How,
I'm
how
an E.
are we not in the same bracket? Aren't we like the same?
I'm 151.
Oh, well, I'm 10 pounds heavier than you. How can you be an E? What calculation are you using, Lily? Because I'm in C.
The one that's in Lift More.
I'm in D for maintenance. So it should be your weight times
Yeah.
11
Yeah,
plus 400.
yeah.
That
Which
that
is-
brings me to 1182, which is D.
What?
11 times I'm 162
Yeah,
plus 400. That brings me to 1282. I mean, sorry, 2182. Did I transpose the numbers? 2182. 2182.
I'm
2100,
like 12, no.
right? No, sorry. And
Yeah,
that's
so I'm
D.
2061. For that's just my maintenance. And if you go in and look at the plans that they have on here, so 2061 is not even, oh, you're right, it's not even C. No, it's,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, 2061 is just on the edge of C and D. So
Yep.
I'm at the
No,
bottom of the gra-
no. It's not on the edge. It's D.
No, it's not, 2061.
Yeah,
It's
It
C
starts at
still.
2000. It starts at 2000. That's D.
No, it doesn't, girl. It said, look at the meal plan. It says 20. Look,
Yes.
look at the,
Isn't it 20? Is it 2100 or 20? I thought it was 2000 where it started at D.
it's 18, meal plan C is 1800 to 2099.
Okay.
So
So you
I'm
were
just
just
on
below.
the, barely on the cusp of C and D. But
Got
I'm
it.
in C for maintenance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just calculated again, somehow I did not calculate correctly, and I'm in E for building.
Yeah. I think I was going to be an E for building too.
Yeah, I'm not, I can't even get all the C containers done.
How do you calculate your numbers?
So in general, like portion fix is your weight times 11 is generally maintenance. With this program, because of the weightlifting and the time component, we're adding 400 calories and that's maintenance.
Okay.
And
What
then
if you want to lose?
then
take
you would subtract, it's either 400 or 300. Is it 300 or 400?
No, it's like 750 or something
Oh,
like
it
that.
is? It's that much. Jeez,
It's 750. That's
Seven-
why A.
that's crazy. That's why Deanna doesn't eat in weight loss. Here it is.
minus 750?
So you take 11 times your weight
Yeah.
and you add 400 for the,
Wait, I'm talking
Workout.
about if you want to lose.
yep, you add 400 for the
Yeah.
workout. So it is a difference of 350. It's basically your weight times 11 minus 350.
Wait a minute. Weight times 11, and then that you add 400, and then you take away.
Just
350.
minus 350, just minus 350. It'll make this a lot simpler. Your maintenance calories are generally your weight times 11. Now, some programs will have different add-ons because the programs are more difficult, longer, weightlifting.
I get no calories.
So what'd you end up at, Kathy?
To lose 1,025.
Okay, so you would just automatically be an A.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we don't go under
bumped up.
100
yeah.
for anything. Yeah. And then to maintain, so let's say you just want now maintain means that it's not necessarily that you want to look the same. It means that you're going to just keep your calories at your expenditure level, but it also gives your body a chance to still do some changes in fat loss and muscle. So
Okay.
you can change your look, like your inches. Your weight
Okay.
may not change very much, but your inches
It's
should.
your body
change.
composition that's changing. right?
Exactly. So maintenance is your weight times 11 plus 400. Because of and that's specific to this program.
No,
Because
300,
you're lifting.
300.
It's 400, isn't it? Maintain weight? Plus
Wait,
400.
Oh. oh, to build muscle.
No,
thought you
I'm
said
on
to build it.
maintenance right now. I'm on maintenance.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then if you want, if you wanted to bump up and you're looking to actually add muscle mass, then you add another 300 on there to be in a caloric surplus to actually convert that. And you want to make sure, like, if you are going for muscle mass, you want to make sure that you are really pushing the line of as heavy as you can go.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like in the middle of things now. I've lost about 15, but I still want to lose another 15. But I'm getting excited now because I can see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually bought a 2-piece bathing suit. It's not great yet, but I can wear it. So now I'm like, really, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I want to see the muscle definition, but I still want to lose weight. So where am I? Am I in?
I would still focus in on weight loss
Yeah.
and do your best with your workouts. And then when you get to where you think your goal weight is, then you go into maintenance and
Mhm.
keep lifting. I mean, just lifting is good all around, no matter where you are at with anything, right? Having at least 3 strength days a week is critical. And as women, as they get older, we have a harder time maintaining our muscle.
Mm.
So, you have to take that into account.
So what I want to ask, while I'm in weight loss mode and I'm lifting, how heavy do I want to lift? Do I want to go to failure? Do I want to go till it's hard? Do I just want to make it easy?
Yeah.
What's my goal?
In general, I would say, say you're doing 3 sets of 10. The rep 8, 9, and 10 should be really difficult to do. But going into failure doesn't necessarily help you at this point for weight loss or for muscle composition. You would just want to be making sure that you're working those muscles to where it's really hard on those last 3 reps. Like
Okay.
10 should be it should be like all of your effort to get that done. And by set 3, that means you may have to lower your weight to even keep going, right? You might start failing or I don't want to say failing, you might start struggling in rep 5. So then you lower and keep going. So yeah, that's where I would be with it. Failure is an interesting thing because it's not necessarily, I don't know, I haven't read a lot about it, but it's really used at certain times. It's not a constant.
Okay.
For your muscles. And it's used for certain occasions and certain times, but it's not something that's like a part of your regular routine.
So that would be like, I guess, a bodybuilder who's going to go into show.
Right.
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know the specifics on, when it's the best to do it. I just know that like Joel talked about it briefly in one of his videos that you should be struggling in those last 3 reps. And the program we're going to be doing is 12 reps and you should be struggling, 9 through 12.
Okay.
But not like you shouldn't be just dead, right? You should,
Okay.
and then you just keep lowering to be able to keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he talks about it a lot, like in lift 4, dropping the weights and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So it just keeps burning and it keeps tearing that muscle fiber, but you're not doing it to the point of failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I can't wait to start this program because it sounds like everybody loves it so far.
It is kicking my butt and I absolutely love it. Yeah. Like leg day today was, oh my gosh. It was so good. And like Beverly said, it's your favorite leg day. Like you get all the deadlifts, all the,
I love deadlifts
all
too.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
They just make me like, I think that I use those muscles on a regular basis, but man, when I do that many different kinds of deadlifts, the next day I'm like, oh man, I feel
Right?
that way, which in a good way. Like I like feeling sore like that. Cause then I'm feel like I'm really working my muscles. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it all. All right. Well, anything else we want?
and I love that there's core in every single workout has core, and it's about 8 to 10 minutes of core, it seems like. And so it's a
We have
good
those
amount.
stupid prayer crunches.
Yep, those are in there. Sorry.
Joel.
And your dog likes those core workouts too. He likes to watch.
Yeah, oh, yes, yeah, he's right here.
That's when he wakes
Oh,
up, when you're
My
doing.
Timber is
core.
right here too,
Oh, hi,
Aw.
Timber.
guarding us. Her ears are always broken.
Yeah. Yeah, it's those are in there, and but it's simple. It's such simple core moves, but they're totally doable. They just are so effective.
Good.
So
I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun.
Monday.
And yeah, oh, and I didn't mention this in the prep cart because it's part of more like the entire program, but obviously take measurements, take pictures, keep track of that, because it's so fun to look at, when you're at the end and see it happening. Because in the first few weeks, Amy's having amazing results. You can totally see her changes happening in that first 3 weeks, but it's not that way necessarily for everybody. But by that 8th week, you'll see so much change, and it's really fun to just kind of look and be like, yeah, I was doing it.
Yeah.
So any questions with Lift More or the plan, or what plan to do, or how to work any of that? Most of you guys are set. I'll I'll put in our chat line to see where everybody's at with what everybody's using. Then we
I
can,
have an ingredient list that I want you to, or
Cool. Okay.
a food label. I need
let's
to get
talk
it.
food labels. Okay,
Yeah. I don't usually have one.
I know.
I have to find it. Hold on. My husband buried it.
It's been funny too, because this last 2 weeks I've been adding in foods that I hadn't been having with the gut protocol, and it's like, it feels fine, but it's been weird to just be like I've had a wrap almost every day, and I'm like, look at me eating a tortilla. This is weird. Where'd this bread come from?
Okay.
All right. Oh, falafels. Yeah. Yum.
Yes. So they are chickpeas,
Mhm.
Mm.
Good. That's a good
onion.
start.
Yeah. Onion, parsley, dill, expeller pressed canola oil, green onion, garlic, cornstarch, olive, pomace oil, sea salt, coriander, cumin, crushed red pepper flakes, and xanthan gum. So I already know that it's not gut protocol, but I was like, I couldn't pass it up because I'm like, there's no really, the oil isn't the best, but it's really not awful. And like, even my son could eat these. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like in shock over here. But so,
What about the cornstarch? Isn't that bad?
Well, it's not gut protocol approved, but it is in some of our fixate recipes,
Yeah,
so it's
okay.
okay. It's a binder.
Okay.
so it's 140 calories and 7 grams of fat, 1 saturated, 490 milligrams of sodium. The carbohydrates is 15 grams, dietary fiber 6 grams, total sugars 2, protein 4.
Yeah, so you're probably like a yellow and a teaspoon for whatever that serving is.
Yeah, so it's 3 pieces.
I
There's
feel
4
like-
servings.
Is there a fixate recipe for falafels?
I don't know.
Because I would love to, I should make them. Because you could do alternate coating, like you could do a gluten-free panko or something on the outside.
Yeah, a lot of times though, the gluten-free stuff has other things in it, like it has sugar in it or something.
Yeah.
And so Jacob can't have that. So then I end up having to make my own breadcrumbs, which I don't mind, but still at the same time, it means that I have to go and bake the bread, which is the fixate bread.
Right.
And then the gluten-free fixate bread. And then I have to cut it up so that it can dry out. It's like a whole process.
Yeah.
I did it for making stuffing over Thanksgiving. So yeah.
I don't see a falafel recipe in there, but
Yeah, but these
reason I
were
thought
at
was
Aldi. These
Yeah.
were at Aldi, and there was only one of them left.
With your name on it.
Oh my God, I'm
You're like, I'll take it.
Yes, I'm like, I will pull these out sometime for all of us for, I don't know, a Sunday afternoon or something. Cause Sundays are usually the day that I'll eat stuff if I'm going to.
Yeah.
If I haven't already had like a cocktail or something, one or the other.
Right.
There's
day.
chickpea nuggets. Is that what you were thinking of maybe?
Oh, maybe. No, I bet they
Chickpea
probably
nugget.
wouldn't have the same spices though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And
'Cause
maybe they
it's
wouldn't
literally
call it-
only, it's literally only sea salt, garlic and onion.
Yeah, see, and this will have cumin
And
and
it has,
Yeah, cumin and coriander.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you could add those seasonings to these.
You
chickpea
could add in the falafel type seasoning.
Yeah. Because it uses chickpeas as well.
And maybe they just don't call it falafel. Maybe it's called something else. So I'm looking up the chickpea. Morocco. Oh, those are broccoli couscous. Okay. God, keftas are good. I'll have to look up that recipe.
Broccoli couscous?
Yeah, it's on the Tubi Mindset. My guess,
Huh.
you just rice it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and
I
it,
guess.
see there. But it's funny, that's like when I get kind of stuck for food, I just start looking through this fixate list. And I always find good stuff to make. Yeah, I don't see anything like falafel.
Oh, the Moroccan
Kefta.
keftas.
Yeah, kefta is really good. And I wonder if that one's not, if it's meat based or not. Let's look.
It says ground beef, ground lamb, chickpeas.
Yeah, so that's a traditional kefta. So there's actually a kefta also in the Fixate recipe book, and it's really good. I've made that one before.
Mm.
Super easy. You just like you form a little, make it look like a football patty, and I just stick it on the grill.
Interesting.
I bet you could even look, I mean, a lot of people make falafels and then you just take a scooper to really pack it down and then you fry it. So I bet there'd be some good, you know, if you guys find you really like them, and then you could
Mhm.
decide what oils are going in, and then maybe it's just a yellow.
Yeah.
Or, well, you probably have to fry it in oil, so you probably add a teaspoon anyway, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited eventually to try these. It
yeah,
won't be
try 'em
like right now, but yeah. So, and they just get baked actually, so I don't have to fry them.
They've already been fried, likely.
Right. Right. Which is why they have the canola oil in them.
Yeah, yeah, they're delicious. We always get them when we go to Lebanese.
Mm. Yeah, I'm excited. I can smell them through this. Like, I can smell the seasonings. Like, okay, I can smell it. All right.
Well, good. All right. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? We've got animal prints tomorrow for Funky Friday. Put your selfies up there with your animal prints. Got the meal prep class on Sunday. Oh, and if you need a gluten-free bread, there is a banana bread recipe in the zucchini bread recipe link. So you can grab that. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay, we'll take a picture quick. Oh, here, let me do it on here. Okay, let's remember.
I'm gonna go figure out my time nutrition right now and set my timers.
I love it.
There you
Good
go.
job, Lily.
All right, we ready? Cheese. Nope, that wasn't it. Nope, that's not it. Dang it. Okay, let's try this one. All right, ready? Cheese. There we go.
You did it.
It's like
We
it's like
can hear it on
Control
our end.
command or shift command. I can never get it right.
And we can hear it though when it does it because it goes boop boop click.
Yeah. I got it. All right. Well, good to see you guys tonight. I'll put the recording up and yeah, good luck this week. We can do it.
Thanks for all the info.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
All
everything.
right. We'll see you later.
See ya.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.